y'all, and welcome to the Healthy by Heather Brown podcast, where I encourage you in healthy mind, body, and spirit through my Sunday reset. Let's get into it. Y'all, today I have got such a treat for you on the Healthy by Heather Brown show. My dear friend Rachel Awtrey, fellow BHAM girl, is here. She is a wife, mama, podcast host, also a boy mom. You probably know her from Real Talk with Rachel Awtrey community. And now she's added author to her name with her brand new book, Love Your Life, Even When You Don't Like It All the Time. This isn't just another self-help book that tells you to hustle harder or be someone you're not. Rachel is pulling back the curtain on what it actually looks like to enjoy your real everyday life, the messy, chaotic, beautiful one that God has already given you. And we're going to talk about lies culture feeds us, the little rhythms that help us fight for joy, and how to step into the freedom of truly loving your life right where you are. Get ready for a conversation that feels like sitting down with your bestie who tells it like it is, but always points you back to the truth. So, hey, Rachel Awtrey, welcome back to the show. Woo, woo.
Heather, thank you for having me. This is so fun.
It is so fun. Y'all, I have to tell you a quick backstory on Rachel. So Rachel and I, like I said, are both from Birmingham. We're both boy moms, all the things. But pre either one of us having children, when no one really even knew what a podcast was, Rachel was like, hey, Heather, will you come to my house and we can record this podcast that I'm doing? At the time, I think it was called Behind the Bliss. Yep. And I was like, yeah, I've never been on a podcast before, but I felt so cool and so honored that she invited me. Then fast forward to today, Rachel literally helped basically mentor me into starting Healthy by Heather Brown podcast. So honestly, Rachel, to get to have you back here, I've been on your show multiple times. It just feels like such a complete circle, you being back with your book launch. What?
That's right. A full circle for sure. I love this so much.
I know. Me too. The best. Okay. So Rachel, let's just get right into it. You have built a really impressive community of women online that are very invested in who you are and your life. So will you tell us just a little bit about what made you step back from Instagram and then put something lasting like a book in someone's hand? Like, what was that transition like?
Yeah, I would say too, it definitely didn't feel strategic. It might look strategic. I just want to like preface this for the girls that are like, wow, she's really got it figured out. I'm like, no, I just have a lot of really cool people in my life that have helped me figure it out, and they've helped me make it make sense. And so that's like my plug for community. Like,
so good.
Other people see it more clearly than you probably can. And so to ask for help is like the best first step to get to where you want to be. So, I mean, I remember growing up and like wanting to write a book. I'd like write a fake book and like staple them together in my parents' office kind of thing. Like that was me.
Cutie.
I had no idea. And I think someone even was like, you should write a book. And then to myself, I said, yeah, that would be really cool. Like a 30 before 30 list, you know? And then I think too, yeah, like being on Instagram, it's so fun. But I think we all have the question that's like, okay, like, but why? Why am I here? What am I doing? Not even for your own clarity, because you're like, there's just so much noise. Like, I want to make sure I'm doing something on purpose. And so, yeah, I guess stepping away is one way to put it, where I was like, okay, Lord, like, I really want to make it make sense, and I want to be helpful, not hurtful, and I don't want to add clutter. Like, I want to cut through it. So what do I do? And slowly but surely, he just brought to me this life verse that we've had for forever that kind of got applied here too. He's like, hey, this is actually for every corner of your life. And it's 1 Thessalonians 2:8. And it says, I was delighted to share with you not only the gospel of God, but my life as well, because you've become so dear to me. And so the Instagram world to me started becoming like, maybe I should start sharing my life. Like, not because I have it figured out, not because this product will solve all problems, but because I think that other women just need to see like an apple in the fruit bowl that should have been thrown out yesterday, but I still have it. You know, like I think we just need to be a little bit more normal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started showing up normal. And then for people interested in the book writing process, I had a literary agent reach out who had been listening to the show for fun/research. And she was like, hey, like there's something here. I don't know if you see it, but there's like a thread that I would want to call to your attention. And I think it should be a book. And so from there, it was born.
Wow. Rachel, that's so awesome. And I love that. And I love also that you pointed back to community and that your literary agent saw it and could pull it out of you. And now seeing how successful from the outside, at least it looks like that it is starting out as. And so what just a huge blessing that God has bestowed on you and this work. That's incredible.
No, it's been really cool. And yeah, when you do invite community in, I mean, if you want to go fast, go alone. Like, I think a lot of us are like, I just want to get there. I'm like, okay, fine, then do it on your own. But if you want to go far and you want this to be sustainable, whatever you're building, family, career, friendship, then you have to do it together.
Yes, absolutely. So Rachel, tell us a little bit maybe about, I just think about how in our culture right now, we're constantly told, like you just said, like do more, hustle harder, chase the glow up. So how do you advise women in your book to push back on that message and point women towards something better?
Yeah. Well, my first question would be like, is it working? Because if it's working, keep doing it. But most women are like, it's not. So then I'd say, okay, great. So we're all on the same page here. Like trying to get to the next best thing, whether it's season, outfit, promotion, like it just isn't going to work. And I think that that's like something that we've gotten around to talking about more. And I love it. Like all of us saying, like, to hell with the hustle. Great book, by the way. Like, I'm The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. Another great book, by the way. That is pushing back against this idea that going faster is better, getting more is more. I'm like, well, I don't love that thought, but here's why. I think we've gotten there. But then I think that as women, we are so practically driven that we are almost missing like the tools to be like, okay, yeah, but then actually how do I, not only I know I should fight against it, but like, how do I fight against it?
Yes.
And so that's where the book kind of came, was I was like, I think we just need some actual instructions and like someone to boss us around in context of our own lives. So I like to use this analogy where, you know, in cartoons, they're like so focused on whatever's next that they're just going so fast. And then whatever is in the peripheral is blurry.
Yes.
Like that's how I used to live my life, where I'm like, if I could just make this happen, if I could just get this, if I could just reach this goal, if I could just lose that weight, whatever your end is, everything in my peripheral became blurry. And then what happens? Like you get it, and then there's another next thing, and the peripheral is still blurry. And what I learned is hindsight is 2020. And I remember getting to the end of every season or thing that I got, and I thought to myself, I think I missed something. Like for some of my friends, they're like, I was such in a hustle culture corporately, like I missed my kids growing up. Or I was so focused on like getting pregnant and working through infertility, like I missed my marriage. Like, or I was so focused on, you fill in the blank. I feel like our friends listening know exactly what theirs would be.
Yes.
And I'm like, I just don't think we should miss it. And in fact, noticing the things in the peripheral actually gives you the fuel to get to God-given goals sustainably. And then you kind of realize like, oh, maybe actually that goal isn't where I want to be. But you only notice that because you've actually noticed what's around you and where your feet are. So that's how I push back against it, is I'm like, I just want to start noticing more. And you can only notice more if you go slow enough to notice it.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. And I think that that is something that the Lord's really been working on in my heart, especially over, I don't know how your summer was, but I really do feel like I got to slow down the business, slow down all the work things, and just be so present with my kids. And I am so grateful for that time. Yeah. I'm not going to, both my boys' birthdays are in August, Rachel, and it's back to school. So it's just like such an emotional overwhelm time. So we'll see if I make it through this 40 minutes without crying, but you know, here we are. So with all that said,
it's fragile.
I am. I'm like, it's also almost Shark Week. So really watch out.
There you go. Handle with care.
That's right. But you and I both know, with all that said, how chaotic life with little kids can be. And your boys are younger than mine. So how do you advise women to practically fight for joy in their marriage and in motherhood, when a lot of times it does just feel like you're in that survival mode? Mm-hmm. And I want to ask you that with a caveat of, I know that there are women listening to this that are like, yeah, she's probably going to say something about Jesus. And that didn't work for me. And I walked away from the church, and they're just kind of like stoic and out there. Like, how do they get started? Like, what would you advise that woman? Because unfortunately, I think that that's more common now than what it used to be.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go here. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go here so delicately. And then also, I feel like I can speak to this with a spicy tone because I totally used to be her. Yes. Like, how do I say this? Well, let me figure this out. I first want to start by saying, I love that we're having this conversation at the very beginning of the show and not the end, because these objections like have to be handled before we continue and people actually lean in. So like, absolutely. I get your objections. I've been there too, where I'm like, oh, the idea of joy is so cute. Like, of course she says that. Like, she's wearing gold earrings and she has on a fun sweatshirt and she has, you know, she's sitting on a cute blue couch. Like, of course she's saying this. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, but your life is worth fighting for too. And joy is something you have to fight for. It's not something that's just going to happen. Joy is not a personality trait. It's a skill, which means that you have to have reps and discipline to get good at it. It's not just like a natural overflow. Like the people that love their lives are the people that fought to love it. So when people look and they're like, well, of course you love your life. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You're like, yeah, but I want you to see the process, not just the product.
So good.
So like I got here, sure. One, because of the Lord and his favor and his grace, because I sure should have messed it up in the first place. But like still he carried me and he will carry you too. And two, like if I didn't lean in and if I didn't do the work, I don't even want to know the life that I would have. And so it's a both and. It's like you meet God where he is and he meets you where you are. And it's this really cool dance that y'all get together. You get to do together. I like to say like God is a gentleman. He's not going to force us into anything. Like he is waiting for you to want to do this. And if you don't want to do this, that's your choice. Praise God for free will. Like he's not forcing you again to do anything. But when you do sign up for it, it is like the most fun journey. And for the people too that are like, well, I don't really like my life. I don't know if this is for me. My next question for you would be, okay, well then like what is there to lose? If it's really as bad as you say, then like why would you not just take a chance on it?
Ooh.
And that's kind of like the point I got to where I was like, okay, literally this is so miserable. Like what else could go wrong? I might as well just try some frivolous things. And then sure enough, turns out they work. So I just want to like preface with that.
So good.
And I will also add this too, that joy and loving your life is not reserved for the girl that is comfortable and has her life figured out. It actually, if you were to look at the Bible, was created for the people that are walking through chaos, confusion, calamity, tragedy. Like that's why joy was created, is because God is so kind that he was like, dang, this place is tough, but I'm still going to lay a groundwork and leave some breadcrumbs for you to go on a treasure hunt to find on your own if you wanted to get you through it. And I think so many of us are just, like I said, so tunnel vision that we miss all these little fun breadcrumbs. And then we're like, God, where are you? And he's like, literally, queen, I'm everywhere. I'm trying my hardest to get your attention and to like give you things you love. You're just like discounting them as like not God things, but God is in the details. And we're told God is everywhere all the time. So I'm like, okay, then he is in the fact that I am obsessed with this one coffee mug. And I think he giggles about it, you know? And like, he does love these small things that I could write off as not important enough to be important to him.
Yes.
But things are very important to him because we are. So that would be like my big preface to this whole conversation before people are like, I'm not so sure about this.
So good. I love that. So, and I feel like this is just something that I have to share because I'm thinking about a breadcrumb that God gave me recently.
Yeah.
So I was sitting here at this computer and Rachel, I feel like this is just such a testament to the intentional God that we serve and like how he wants us to feel seen by a really big God when we are like little ants on the earth. It's so wild. But I was sitting here and on the reflection of my screen in front of me, I saw something right out over my right shoulder at this window. And I was kind of like, what is that? Like, is it a moth or something? And I was waiting to get on a really important Zoom. And so I was kind of like stressing out, freaking out about it. And I looked over my right shoulder and a little hummingbird was just floating right at my window, just like staring right at me. And I was like, what? And it like flew off, zipped off. And I was like, okay, I think that was just a figment of my imagination. Like, I love hummingbirds. It probably was just like in my head. Like, I don't know, maybe it was a moth and I just saw it. Oh no, God sent it back. It came back to the window, hovered it there and like just stared at me for a minute and then flew off. And I was like, I just got chills because I was like, Lord, how sweet that before I get on this Zoom call that I'm really nervous and like have all this anxious energy about, that you sent me this sweet little beautiful hummingbird just to be like,
right.
I see you right where you are and I care. And he'll do that for you too, friend, if you're listening to this. I love that so much.
And he has. I just think we've missed a lot of them because we're not paying attention and we're not looking for them.
That, yes. Okay, I love that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit, Rachel, about, because I know you have been through some of the hard things. I don't know if it's mainly because I know you personally or if you've shared a lot of it online, but you've been through a lot of tough stuff in the past couple years. I mean, your life, you've had a lot that has happened to you, but specifically in the past couple of years, will you share what you feel comfortable sharing, some of your hard stuff, Don't go past what you want to share though. Okay.
That's fine.
Because I love you and I want to protect you. And
So sweet.
with that, what is one boundary or rhythm that you feel like has been a game changer for your family to actually love your life when those hard things have happened?
That's so good. Okay, yes. I am a believer that, I'm going to sound super pessimistic, but also I'm just going to be really realistic with you. Like, we're told in this life, you're going to have a lot of hardship. Like, you're going to have troubles of many kind.
Absolutely.
For sure. So it's not like if it's a win. My pastor says, like, you're either walking out of a storm, in the middle of a storm, or you're about to walk into a storm. That's just the way it is. It kind of sucks.
I love Joel Brooks.
I do love this though, because it's like there's two people. There's the people that try to figure it out when the crazy chaos starts to happen, and then there's the people that go ahead and figure it out. Like, how do I use this tool before I need to actually use it? It's like your first day of school. There's the people that haven't picked out their outfit and they don't even know, and they wake up late and they're just like, oh, I guess I'll wear this. And then there's the people that are like, I'm so excited about my first day of school. Like, I'm going to pick out all my things. Like, that's kind of how there's two different people that approach life too. And I think like there's fluidity. So like, just because you are one today doesn't mean you couldn't be the next tomorrow, but be on guard, because I want to live a life that's on the offense, not the defense. Okay. I want to like know how to use the tools in my tool belt before they're needed to be used.
Come on.
And so part of that is, like, hard stuff happens, and hard stuff has happened. And I have this like one specific circumstance that I've walked through twice, which is pregnancy loss. Both were like about the same amount of like hard and heavy, like relatively. But the emotional bounce back, like the way I moved through them was so significantly different, because one of them I did before I actually applied the work that I wrote about. And then the other one was only a few months ago, like after the book was written.
Wow.
And the versions of Rachel and the ways that I worked through them, incredibly different. The person I am on the other side of it, incredibly different. And I believe that to be true about everyone. So I'll share. So we had a hard time getting pregnant with Maddox, which is our 4-year-old. We finally did. And then we had the joke that like Thomas could sneeze on me and I'd get pregnant. Like, it just was, I've been pregnant 4 times in 4 years. Like, it's just kind of the thing. But we have 2 babies. So we've lost 2 as well. And the first loss that we had was right after Maddox. And I just remember I numbed out. I scrolled. I didn't want to talk to anybody, not because of shame, but just because I just knew people were going to bring it up, and I didn't have the margin and capacity to talk about it. I literally have memories of just like laying in my bed, putting a show on for my 18-month-old. I want to cry. I want to hug her, like with a heating pad, and just like trying to make it through the day. And I just want to hug her, because I'm like, oh, I think you're missing it. Like, there's so much more around you that actually would be the fuel to help you get through today, more than just survive it, but to like make something of it, like give this baby a legacy beyond the pain that you have right now. Fast forward about a few months ago, it was April. We were pregnant for a few months and we didn't even know it. And this baby was ectopic, which means that the baby is growing outside of the healthy home of a uterus. And so baby won't make it. And I was so sick. I feel like I could say this on your show for your girls, but like I had an IUD. So like that was not supposed to happen.
Wow.
We were like the most confused about it all. We were like, why am I so sick? Like blah, blah. So everyone has ruled out pregnancy, and we were going to labs and figuring stuff out. Just couldn't.
Yeah.
My 4-year-old was like, just because you have a baby in your belly, when we were talking about being sick one day. I know. And so Thomas was like, it's only $20 for a pregnancy test, like at the drugstore. Like, let's just go confirm. And I had some other people in my life that were like, are you sure? Like, when was the last time we took a test? Like, maybe. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm just going to do it. I did it, and I was. Then I went back to my doctor, called him, took out the IUD, did the ultrasound, and they were like, this is wild. And I went into an emergent surgery to take it out. And it just was like a whole weird thing. Again, hard, heavy, devastating, triggering for sure. But I'll tell you, like, I hate using the word bounce back, but I think that just like the recovery, like the emotional recovery of it, my stability was a totally different place. I had a peace that came before I ever had to understand what was happening. And it was guarding my mind and my heart, which is what we're told we have access to. In the Bible, I had a community already in place, reminding me of truth that was bringing me nourishing meals, telling me I needed to go get my butt outside. I remember these 2 girls from my church came over, brought me coffee, and they're like, do you want to go sit on your porch? And I was like, no, I'm fine. They're like, no, let's go get some sunshine. I was like, okay, great. So like I had community in place. It was almost like I was on offense, not defense. Like things were set up just because we don't know. Like maybe tomorrow is going to be one of the hardest days of your life. Unfortunately, we don't have that luxury. There's a quote by, oh man, I hope I say this right, Soren Kierkegaard. Sure. Okay. And it says, life can only be understood backwards, but it has to be lived forwards. So like, that's the hard, like, we're not going to know.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you want to have the things in place just in case? Like, do you have a fire plan? Okay. Like if your house started burning, like, you know how to stop, drop, and roll and crawl out of there, I hope. You know, like, are you the mom that has a little emergency bandage pack in her car? Okay, then like, why do you not have that for your life?
Yes.
So I just wanted to have like an emergency plan in place, and I did. And then emergency striked, and I was ready.
I got 2 things for you. One, this is so wild that you're saying this because today's verse of the day that popped up on my phone is 1 Peter 5:8. It says, be sober-minded, be watchful. So to your point, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. And that is so real. And Rachel, I feel like while you were talking and while you were cheering up and I was cheering up, God told me stop and pray. So will you just stop and cover that girl that made you tear up when you thought about her, that's wearing the heating pad and maybe she's had a miscarriage or this is triggering for her. Yeah. I just feel like this episode is for that. Like that's where God has us. Will you do that, please?
Yeah, I would love to.
Thank you, friend.
Yeah. Lord, we just thank you for being a God that cares about us, that sees us and knows us, and your heart breaks for us. I thank you for being available, that you are trying everything that's in your power to pursue us so that we would respond to your pursuit. So I just ask for just an extra level of courage for our friend that's listening that just needs like an ounce more courage than she has just to have the energy to get up and try something new. I pray favor on her life. I pray vision over her life, that you just would start revealing things to her in dreams and weird encounters and people that approach her at the grocery store. Like she just can't shake it, that you are just chasing after her. And I pray for her heart, that you would give her peace, that she decides to get up, that she happens to life instead of life happening to her. And I pray that you would give her, again, just the bravery to like, she can nod to hard things, that hard things are happening in her life, but she does not have to bow to them, that this is not the final say. This is not the end of the story. And so we praise you for that and for being with us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Rachel. I really appreciate that. I didn't mean to interrupt you too. So I'm like,
gosh,
you were saying,
interrupt me for prayer always. Like as I do, like, no,
you're precious. Thank you. So we were talking about those hardships and like you see that girl. And so then we were kind of starting to transition, I think, over to like maybe what a boundary or rhythm is that you've used to be a game changer for your family in those hard moments.
Yeah. So I think the first would be, we kind of do like, I say this very loosely because if Thomas were to listen to this episode, he's going to be like, we haven't done that in 2 weeks. But like we try to have some sort of like catch-all, call it a family meeting, call it a like on your way to grab dinner to go. Like it doesn't have to be like fancy, or pour a glass of wine and actually have a conversation, however you want to do this. But like adopt the rhythm of taking inventory. Okay, like what's working and what's not, and why are we doing the things that don't work? I was talking to a friend and she was like, I said, how are you? She's like, I'm good, but like, gosh, motherhood is just so hard. And I was like, wait, yes, and tell me more. Why is motherhood so hard for you? Because it's kind of hard for us for all different reasons. She's like, I can never get out of my house. I was like, why? Why can't you never get out of your house? Like, I mean, Rachel, I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. Like, I can't just like, I'm going up and down stairs. I'm grabbing socks. I'm grabbing shoes. They're taking them off. I'm having to do their hair. Like, it's just nuts. And I was like, I get it. I was like, where are you keeping your shoes and your socks? And she's like, upstairs. And I was like, I wonder what would happen if you just like kept them in your entryway. Like, do you have a cute entry table? Like, I know you do. Does it have drawers? And she's like, yeah. I was like, what are in the drawers? She's like, nothing. Probably just like junk stuff. I was like, okay, so like maybe you do like socks and shoes downstairs with hair gel, so it's right by the door. And like weird enough, okay, now all of a sudden motherhood isn't hard because you're getting out the door because you put your stuff in the right place. Who told us we had to keep socks in a drawer in the bedroom? Someone at some point. There's just like one very practical like example of like we are following rules that someone told us to do at one point in our lives. We've adopted as gospel, and like it doesn't work for us. And so it's actually like stumbling us and creating more hurdles to experience something that we uniquely have to experience. And so one of the examples is just like taking inventory. That's like a rhythm that we have, and being honest. Like, hey, this isn't working. I hate that we eat out 3 days out of the week, but we buy groceries for 5. So it's like we have good intentions, but it doesn't happen.
Yes.
Okay, great. So like, what do we do? Oh, maybe we actually start using our crock pot. Like maybe we, you know, and so you have these conversations, but a lot of times we just don't even start to admit that there are problems because we're ashamed that there are problems. The problems always say problems, and we have more shame. So like at some point we just have to stop and be like, enough is enough. We're going to get down to the very simple bottom of this.
Get your Sunday reset on, girlfriends.
Get your Sunday reset on. Yes. Follow Heather Brown. She will help you. Make it make sense.
We love a Sunday reset.
Yeah.
But Rachel, you're so good at those practical tangibles. Like I would not have thought to call out that friend and be like, but where are the socks? Like you're so good at that. So I love how your brain works backwards through that.
I told you I'm spicy. I actually accidentally go too far sometimes. So it's fine.
Nah. It takes all kinds, you know.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Or like the people, this is another one too I feel like I have to mention.
Yeah, do it.
It's people in my life that are like, oh my gosh, I love your dog. Anytime you need us to take them on a walk, you let me know. And I'm like, added to a note in my phone, I'm like, Mary Claire - Remy. And I have this like list in my phone of people that have offered to help when I didn't really need the help. But then when I do need the help, I can't remember who offered it. So I have this like running list in my phone of like people that make excellent meals and what meals have they made us before that I could like ask them for simply again. Like clarity is kindness. Like,
yes.
Hey, we have a crazy week next week. I'm out of town. Thomas is solo parenting the boys. Would you make that chicken and rice thing for him on Thursday night? That would literally bless me so much. And you know what's crazy is they're just as honored to do it as I was feeling awkward to ask. They're like, oh, out of all the contacts in your phone, you asked me? And I'm like, yeah, we love your chicken and rice, you know? So it's just like funny because I think everyone's like waiting to serve and be served, but no one's willing to go first. So I think just practically like having a list of the people in your life that can like actually help you would be amazing.
Yes. And actually, Rachel, this is reminding me, I had forgotten all about this until now, hearing you say it. But y'all, when I interviewed Rachel last time on my podcast, I'm pretty sure we talked about this briefly. Yeah, and you talked so much about building community. And that's something that we've circled around a little bit today. But y'all, if you want to hear her deep dive it, I'm going to link back to that podcast episode we probably did a year and a half ago. It's so good. So anyway.
Yeah, do it. Finding your girl gang, I think is what we called it.
Yes, that's exactly right. Wow, great memory too. I'm like, wow, that mom brain though, is she on fire?
Yeah, it scares Thomas. He's like, oh God, you remember everything.
Y'all, and her husband is precious too. We have run into them on El Barrio date nights, Eric and I and Thomas and Rachel, and y'all are just so precious. So anyway,
thank you.
We got to quickly wrap this up. We're running out of time. So Rachel, tell us, if loving your life could be bottled up into one guilty pleasure snack or drink you're loving right now, what would it be?
Heck yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. How would we go like one that I think you'd be proud of and then one that you would not be proud of?
Love it.
Okay.
Great.
I love, what is my thing? I love Dr. Pepper.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just feel like I crave that. And then I also love, like, I am really into like the protein snacks now. Like Chomps, the Luna protein bar that's kind of like the peanut butter crackle. Oh, it's so good.
I haven't had that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. We love Thrive Market. Truly, like anything on there just is so nummy to me.
Okay.
So I feel like that.
Yeah.
Also, my friend says hydrate or dihydrate. And I'm like, yeah, that. So I think that's also like, finding good electrolytes has been really fun for me too. But like overall that Dr. Pepper for life. That's my 20%. Like if we live 80-20, I'm like Dr. Pepper and SNS gel mayonnaise, like forever and ever.
Yes. When I travel, Diet Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb is my go-to. Whatever's on the plane, that's what I'm getting. So
correct.
Yes.
Always.
Okay. Then what's one life hack or ritual that feels small but actually makes you love your life way more?
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. This is going to sound really vain, but again, don't discount the small things like getting dressed. I don't have any makeup on today and my hair is like slicked back with the product of grease. Actually, but I have on, I don't know if you're watching, like I literally have on like a gold necklace and some like big gold earrings. And for some reason it makes me feel like, okay, like we can do this. And
that's
so
great.
For a long time, I subscribed to like the sad beige mom thing. And we just went out in like very small, sad beige things. And now I'm I'm like, color, accessories, and put on some dang shoes.
Yes.
And truly, it's weird how that shifts your mindset of like, okay, now all of a sudden I'm ready for today, you know?
I love that. Yes, I so agree. And it's hard when you work from home, y'all, like me and Rachel do sometimes. So I preach on that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What is a chapter in your book you think people will dog ear, screenshot, or send to their best friend immediately?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're on a small tour right now at the time that we're recording this. And so it's really cute because girls will bring their books and it will be dog-eared or like highlighted. And they're like, wait, this part was amazing. Like, will you sign this page for me? And I'm like, yes.
So
And the one that's really like getting them, which is so fascinating to me, is one of the very first chapters. I think it might even be chapter 1. It's so funny. You edit the book so much, you kind of forget where things land.
You're like,
So pardon me if I don't know my book very well.
You're good.
It's called What is Joy? What is joy anyways? Because maybe the dictionary's got it wrong too. And just kind of like dispelling what we think joy is. My favorite though is probably chapter 7, and it's all about play.
Oh, so good.
And it's like why play is actually very productive and why we need it. And that one's really fun.
It's called Making Fun Out of the Mundane. Love that.
Thank you.
You're so
I love that so much. There's this one part, and I do remember this because I typically will read it at things. But on page 11, it talks about how this book is not to like bippity boppity boop fix your life. It's not to give you like one small fix that will change magically everything. Like it's actually the encouragement and the practicals you need to just make like that 1 degree change, one thing at a time. And over a long period of time, even 1 degree in coordinates, like on the GPS, over miles changes the actual destination. But at the beginning, it was just only 1 degree. So for the girls that are like, I want my life to change, I don't have a lot of energy, I'm like, great, it's perfect. This is just for you because you just need 1 degree.
Absolutely.
And so I'm just excited to see what would happen if people actually start applying stuff. And their stories are a lot like my friends that I'm meeting these days. So
that's so fun. And I'm also going to read your title of chapter 1 because I think it's so cute. Unlocking Joy, the keys you didn't know you had.
That's right.
I mean, so clever. And I feel like, Rachel, that makes me think. So one thing that we talk about here all the time is about habit stacking and how it's like truly just adding that one more little habit, and don't try to add on 10 at once. It's like, if you're listening to this and you're like, yeah, I am a pessimist. I don't know about joy. Like, I don't know about any of it. I'm just so done with it. Let me just say to you, sister, that I hear you. I see you. I love you. And I'm asking you, though, to go outside your comfort zone, and your challenge today is think of one thing you're thankful for.
That's
and
right.
If you can, actually, it's not if, you can do this. So every day, I want you to think of and tell your spouse or your best friend or your roommate, whoever it is, one thing you're thankful for that day, because that literally starts to shape the trajectory of your brain. And it makes a smoother path every time for those positive thoughts. Rachel and I could do a whole nother 20 minutes on that, but we've run out of time. So,
or even for the person that's like, I don't have anybody, I'm like, okay, then say it to yourself because your ears need to hear it from your mouth too. So say it out loud.
So good. Rachel, tell everybody, I ask everyone this question in closing. How do you personally reset? What does that look like for you?
Oh, I love that. It definitely includes being outside. I can't tell you like one specific way because you get this, but with life with littles, everything is just a little spontaneous. I love getting outside, putting my feet in some grass, jumping on the trampoline with my littles.
Yes.
I feel like just like neurologically resetting before I'm ever like outside my own body resetting is like, it's got to be step 1.
Yeah,
so
I love that. That's a good answer. Also, you're rebounding too. So bonus points when you're on that trampoline. Okay.
That's right. That's right. I know. I'm like, did I get this for you? Or did
Yeah, I don't know. But Rachel, tell everybody where they can find you online, where they can buy your book. Like, tell them all the things. Yeah.
Okay. So you can buy the book wherever books are sold. Amazon will probably get there to you the fastest, but yeah, anywhere books are sold. You can go to rachelautrey.com/book. And if there's anything fun about the book that we're announcing, like other tour stops or whatnot, that you can always find it there. And then I also have a podcast called Real Talk with Rachel Awtrey, wherever you listen to podcasts. That's a lot of fun. Oh, this has been a question people have asked me. They're like, do you have an audiobook version? And the answer is yes. So if you're an audiobook girl, I just found out if you have Spotify Premium, you can listen to it for free on Spotify. Just crazy.
Okay.
I know.
That's amazing.
I don't know how long that'll last, so don't be mad if you check later and it's not there. But at this moment, you can. But then, yeah, just online, rachel.awtrey, wherever you go look. I'm sure you could try to find me.
But Rachel, also tell them about tell them about your merch, your cute merch too.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we used to have podcast merchandise and it was really fun. And then we realized that more girls were purchasing the merch than actually listened to the podcast. And so we kind of just like brought it out from under and we started this new brand that has been so much fun. It's called Joy Club. And so you could go to joyclubthings.com and see all of the stuff we've got. But it's like the apparel that you can actually like wear. So we joke, we're like, wear your heart on your sleeve. And so we're making that happen. It's so fun. It's so fun.
And let me say, because I know a lot of our listeners and people are BHAM people that are going to listen to this episode. So tell them about your Birmingham hat. I love that.
I do. Yes, our hometown hat. It says Sweet Home Birmingham instead of like Sweet Home Alabama. And it's embroidered and it's on like that cool 5-panel hat that everybody loves. Like there's not anyone that's ever tried it on that it doesn't look good on, which is kind of wild. It's like we're the traveling hat. And it's available. Yeah. And we make them available and they're online. So joyclubthings.com. It should be one of the first things listed because it is one of our favorites.
Love it.
And
okay.
Go grab yours, BHAM girls.
That's right. That's right. Well, y'all, this was such an honor and a privilege to have Rachel. Thank you again for coming on, Rach.
Thank you.
And if you have not followed her on Instagram already, make sure you do it. You will get a little bit of joy dose in your day when you follow her account. And I love that she does these Instagram carousels. So I want you to go specifically look on her account for this, but it'll be like things that are bringing her joy right then. And it's silly little things like at the gas station or things that you're like, okay, that is a moment of joy that maybe I wouldn't have thought of. And I feel like it really helps the mom who is overwhelmed, stuck.
Yeah.
Do what?
It's like prompts. Like, yes. Oh, wow. I saw that too. Yeah.
Yes. So good. So anyway, y'all go follow her. Give her some love. Give us both 5-star ratings, reviews, love on our podcast, please. That's how it keeps going. Buy her book. Love you, Rach. Have a great day. Y'all be blessed.
Bye, guys.
Here at the Healthy by Heather Brown Show, we're on a mission to help women take back their health, mind, body, and spirit God's way. No woo-woo, new age fluff, or mainstream nonsense. In a world pushing quick fixes and burnout, we're choosing real wellness, intentional living, and faith-filled confidence. This show is for you, sister, and it's made possible by this incredible community. If you believe in this mission, here's how you can help. 1, pause and leave a 5-star review. It's free and makes a huge impact. Share with a bestie who needs this message. 3, support the mission financially. Every little bit helps. Links for PayPal and Venmo are in the show notes. Let's rise up and change the culture, showing the world what healthy, empowered, faith-filled women really look like. Okay, friend, that's a wrap on this week's episode. If you're not already following me on Instagram, make sure to screenshot this episode, share it to your stories, and tag @Healthy by Heather Brown so I can connect with you in my DMs. It truly brings me so much joy to see how these episodes impact you. Make sure to subscribe so we can see you back here next Tuesday for our weekly show. In case you don't know, your downloads, ratings, and reviews are the actual lifeblood of this podcast, and it helps spread the word to your friends and family. So please hit the download button on this episode and leave a 5-star rating if you super loved it. And if we're really BFFs, you'll spread the happy and text this podcast link to someone who needs to hear it today for some encouragement. Scroll down to the show notes on this episode to see any and all links mentioned, freebies to fuel your health goals, prayer-related episodes, and the 7-day free trial of my exclusive membership where I personally coach and cheer you on in whole health. While you're there, make sure to check out my Amazon storefront with healthy snacks, my favorite look for less workout outfits, and books and devotionals that challenge me in my faith. If you ever need to find my Amazon storefront, just Google Healthy by Heather Brown Amazon and it will come up. Have a great day, girl gang.